You think Aiyuk is going to end up going to New England? They tried to trade for him last year. They made him an offer, $30 million a year, more than $30 million a year. He didn't want to go there. Now it's really not his choice. What do you think?
Yeah, I think he's gone. I said New England. I could see the Steelers. The Steelers have been calling about him, seemingly so, since we drafted him.
I have a sleeper team, the Titans.
Yeah, I said that yesterday. I could see it.
Titans are they're a stupid team, man. They take on anything. I think the Titans could be a good team. For me, it's just Grant. Like, I understand there's teams that like would take Aiyuk's like contract, but it's just like, if I'm a general manager, I'm not even looking towards Aiyuk. Like, he makes so much money, and he's coming off that injury where wide receivers are never the same after this injury. What team is going to pay him $30 million? Like, he's getting paid
Patriots.
Top 10. What about the Raiders?
I understand that, but just like, that's so much money for a guy that might not even be a top 10 wide receiver ever again. When he got that $30 million contract, he was a top 10 wide receiver. He was like top 8. But now that, because of his injury, I don't even know what he's going to be like. He's going to be like the Brandon Aiyuk at the start of this year, where he's getting like 20 yards a game. Then he had that one game against the Cardinals.
Yeah, but look at it this way, though. Like, you're not on the hook for the signing bonus, so that the cap numbers will be a little bit lower. And you could get him for like a 3rd round pick. Maybe a 4th round pick. Like, you don't have to give up that much for him. You have a guy who could become your number 1 receiver, and you could get him for like a way discounted price. It is a little bit of a risk, but this is a team that's been very desperate and unsuccessful at getting wide receivers. So maybe a team like the Patriots would do this.
I understand that, but
go there in free agency either.
That's too, but I feel like, but Grant, like, let's say Aiyuk does leave. Are you down to stick with Pearsall, Jennings, and Cowing, or like do we
draft receivers?
No, I feel like you need at least another receiver, right?
Yeah, 100%. I'm just saying, do you think that could?
The thing that's interesting, you get rid of Aiyuk, Devontae Adams is available and better.
No.
Why?
No. Because I've been talking about this. He's old, and everybody's saying, "Oh, get him on a cheap deal." What is a cheap deal? Like, he plays for $30 million a year. A cheap deal to him is 15, 20 mil. Absolutely not. Get younger. Go if you want to get a veteran. If you want to get a veteran, go get Brandon Cooks for like 3-4 mil a year.
Thank you. That's a good idea.
Younger. Or go get younger.
Or you could So a guy on a 1-year deal who's cheap.
Yes.
Brandon Cooks, Amari Cooper. I'm sure there's 3 or 4 other names that would fit and could play some X receiver for the Niners.
Yeah.
100%.
I would like Devontae though, but Nick, he probably will be too expensive. What if Devontae's like, you know what? I'll take a pay cut and he comes here for
That's the thing.
10 mil.
The thing about Devontae is that I think he wants to come to the 49ers. Now, does that mean he'd take a pay cut to come to the 49ers? I don't know. But I think his first choice is to come to the 49ers. He's from here. There's been reports that he wants to come back to the West Coast. He has ties here. I don't know. I think he
does
like the Rams too.
Because he's not the same.
If you could get Christian Kirk for around
injuries though. Injuries. I'm scared of his injuries. His injury history is bad, dude.
I mean, it's really not. He's had that one last injury. It's really not that terrible, though.
Oh, yeah.
But Christian Kirk isn't like an X receiver. Like he's more of like a slot Z, in my opinion. Yeah. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, but he's kind of an in between. He's kind of an in between, in my opinion. He's kind
Can he beat the press? Can he win vertical? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He can beat the press.
Fair enough.
I don't know. I don't like Christian Kirk. But for me, I think Aiyuk could either go New England, Steelers. And
Jordan Free said that in chat, by the way. I just had to point that out.
Nick, you said one good too. You said the Chargers. I
said
the Chargers. Go to the Chargers.
I could
link up with Ladd McConkey.
Yeah, I could see them doing that. But it's like also, I said this earlier, the Raiders. Like, Pete Carroll's old. He's not going to want to wait 4 years to get a receiver that develops and turns into like his next contract. Like, this guy wants to win games too. Like, he's going to pick up Lockett from Seattle after he just got released. And then what if they traded for Aiyuk? Now you have Brock Bowers, Aiyuk, Lockett. Like, that could be an okay receiving core, way better than they already have. So I don't know.
So you want Christian Kirk? I think I don't like Christian Kirk, dude.
But I think the point here is that wide receivers are easy to find. There's a bunch of guys that you could get
in this draft too
for cheap. No, I'm saying like yes, but you don't have to spend a lot of money on wide receivers. If you have AJ Brown, by all means. But if you don't need to spend $30 million a year on Brandon Aiyuk. You could get some guy who's pretty much close for way cheaper.
Yeah.
And I think the same thing goes with the quarterback position.
That too. Yeah.
Elite quarterbacks are rare, but like quarterbacks who can play well on good teams are kind of abundant. I'm
Brock
sorry.
Purdy's elite. What are you talking about?
Yeah.